Hello again, this is part 3 of a 3-part series. This one will have one more small flow, and then we're going to do a little bit of a cool down, and I'll do a small meditation at the end. I apologize for no music. Hopefully you can provide your own music for this part. Okay. Stand in Vinyasa mountain pose at the top of your mat, feeling rooted into the earth. Remembering 3 things that you are grateful for, bringing them back to your memory, repeating them to yourself in this moment, thanking yourself for taking this time. Inhale, rise up, extend in mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Sit back into your high plank. Inhale, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg high. Exhale, your foot between your hands for your high warrior 1. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. You've been here before if you did the other. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale into extended slide angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale into your triangle pose, tick-tocking your arms to 6 and 12. Inhale, spin your top arm down and travel into your wide-legged forward fold facing the side of your mats. Stretching through your hamstrings and all of your leg muscles. You can bring your head to the ground if it suits you. You can bring your hands through your legs to the back of your mat and stretch them deeper. You can bring your hands to the mat and come into a tripod headstand if it's in your practice. Play around here. Breathing, remembering to breathe, being still in this moment. I like to challenge myself by coming back into a crow pose as I'm coming back to my wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift in your forward fold, keeping a flat back, a long spine between your tailbone and top of your head. Inhale, lunge to the right a bit. Inhale, center. Exhale, lunge to the left. Inhale, center. Bring your hands to a T as you do this. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Coming to a star pose. Exhale, goddess squat or horse squat. Bringing your heels in, your toes out. Sitting deep into your sit bones. Bring your hands to a goalpost arms, or you can keep your hands at heart center. Inhale, lift up onto your right toes. Exhale, down. Inhale onto your left toes. Exhale, down. Inhale onto both toes. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, down. Inhale, star pose. Exhale into your warrior 2, facing the front of your mat. Inhale into your reverse warrior. Exhale, spin down onto your high plank. Actually, not high plank. Sorry, 3-legged downward facing dog. So your right leg is in the air, your hips are level as you're in your downward facing dog. Exhale, bring your right foot parallel to the front of your mat into your half pigeon pose so that your right calf is somewhat parallel to the front. It can be a little bent, but keeping your right toes really flexed as you're here. And looking back, gazing to see if your left heel is straight and not flailing out to the left or right. Inhale, bring your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Hold here for 3 to 5 breaths, letting go. Feeling yourself heavy on your mat. If this doesn't work for you, you can always take a figure 4 on your back instead to open up your hip in the same type of way if it's easier for you. You can also bring a blanket to rest under your right hip if that also helps you stay in this pose. Taking one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale your hands to the mat and bring your right foot back up to your three-legged dog. Roll out your right hip here. You can roll out your leg to feel some nice pops or cracks. Inhale it back up into three-legged dog. Bend your right foot and open up your hip here. Spin into your wild thing so that your right toes touch the ground and your hips are high toward the sky or ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, come down and tap your hips to the mat. Inhale, pop back up. Exhale, tap your hips to the mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, touch your hips to the mat and stay. Bring your right foot to the left thigh for Jani Shirshasana. So your left leg is straight, your right foot is bent into a triangle, your knees bent. Inhale, right, raise your arms up toward the sky and toward that left foot. Exhale, fold over your left foot, bringing your chest and chin toward your left knee as much as you can, keeping a flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your left arm behind your left hip. Actually, bring your right arm behind your right hip. Yes. And then pop up into this stretch. Inhale, turn back into your downward facing dog. So roll back the other way, basically. We're gonna do the other side. Inhale, raise your left leg up. Exhale, your foot between your hands. Turn your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale. Exhale your top arm down to the mat on this side in your in your wide-legged fold. You just heard a horse in the background. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, wide-legged fold. You can bring your hands to one foot at a time, stretching out each side. You can go upside down again if you want to. You can come onto your forearms, whatever is in your practice today. Taking one more breath here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to your hip bones. Inhale, star pose. Bring your heels in, toes out. Your shoulder blades are down your back. Inhale, exhale, goddess, squat. Inhale, bring your right elbow to your right leg. Inhale, middle. Exhale, left elbow to your left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, right bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, left bend. Inhale, center. Two for 4. And 3. And 2. Last push. And 1. Inhale, star pose. Shine bright. Exhale, warrior 2. Strong warrior. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, spin down to the mat. Step your left heel back and up into three-legged downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right foot, exhale into half pigeon to the front of your mat. So your right calf is parallel or somewhat parallel to the front of your mat. Your left foot is really flexed a lot and your back heel should be aligned with your knee, not swerving left or right. Bring your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Letting go here. Take 3 to 5 breaths here, feeling really heavy, sinking into your mat. Like I said again, you can always bring a blanket right beneath your left hip to rest on if you need to, or come into figure 4 on the other side on your back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring your hands to the mat and push onto your right toes so you can lift your left leg high, up and back. Bend your knee, open up your hip on this side. Inhale, exhale into your wild thing, pushing your left toes into the mat as your knee is bent, and your right leg is straight, pressing into the mat. Your hips are high, inhale. Exhale, bring your hips down to the mat, tap. Inhale, bounce up. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, bounce up. Exhale, tap your knees and stay, keeping your right leg straight on the mat, and your left leg is coming into Jani Shirshasana, so left foot is into your right thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over your right leg, keeping your back as flat as you can. Attempting to bring your chin to your knee or staying right where you are. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, bring your right hand behind your right thigh. Am I doing it wrong again? Hold on. No, this, wait, left hand between your left thigh. Oh my goodness. Lift up onto your left calf and right foot. Wow, it's difficult taking video. Inhale, roll back over into your downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your high plank. Exhale, down to the mat in 4, 3, 2, 1. You are almost there. Inhale, bring your chin to the mat. Bring your hands behind your back so that they are right by your sides. Keep your toes touching, your knees touching, long on your mat. We're gonna lift everything up except for our hips and hold there in our locust. Exhale all of your air out of your mouth. Inhale up into locust pose. Keeping your feet together as much as you can. Your hands can come behind you. You can even clasp your hands if you can. Take 3 more breaths. Exhale, come down to the mat. Bring your right cheek to the mat. You can windshield wiper your legs side to side if it helps your low back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale all of your breath out of your mouth. Inhale, second locust pose. If you want, you can bring your arms in front of you this time and go swimming. Pretend you're in a big pool of water for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down to the mat. Bring your left cheek to the mat and your hands by your sides. Again, you can shake your legs out. Windshield wipe your feet side to side. Bring your legs back together. This time you can take 1 more locust, or you can go for bow pose, which means you're gonna bend your knees and grab for your ankles or tops of your feet, keeping your knees together as much as you can. Let go of all of your air. Exhale. Inhale, bow pose, pressing your hands into your feet. Whenever I breathe, I always rock from side to side, up and down. Holding for 4, a little higher for 3, 2, 1. Let go. For the last bit of practice, we're gonna roll onto our backs and take another bridge pose and then a shoulder stand. First bridge pose, keep your feet on the mat, tension your knees. Bring your hands beside you so that you might be able to graze your heels, or maybe you're a little bit above them, as long as your knees are tracking above your ankles. As we lift up, we're gonna push into our tops of our shoulders and our feet and our hands. Inhale, rise up, bridge pose. If you bring your shoulder blades beside each other underneath your back and pressing into the mat, you can use your triceps, your shoulders, your hands and your feet to press higher. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower your upper, middle, and lower back segmentally to the mat. You can wipe your knees side to side. We're gonna take another bridge pose. And this time we're gonna take one-legged bridge. If you wanna stay in bridge, you can. Keeping your hands to the mat, pressing into your shoulder blades and your feet. Lift your hips up, inhale. I like to clasp my hands behind my back as I'm in bridge so that I can really get high onto my shoulder blades. And then I press into my right foot a lot as I lift my left foot high. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Coming back to your bridge, staying here, pressing into your left foot a lot, pressing into your hands and your shoulder blades, lifting your right foot up, holding here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right foot down, hold for bridge for a little more for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back down. Segmentally your upper, middle, and lower back to the mat. Hug your knees in, give yourself a back massage. Thank yourself for what you've done, for taking this time, for being grateful for what you do have, for where you are right now, for being safe. Bring your, as you're on your back, we're going to actually roll up into shoulder stand. If that is not in your practice, you can come into a supported waterfall. So I like to sometimes bring my hands and stack them right underneath my lower sacrum and just stay like we did for that one core exercise where our feet are completely straight up to the sky, and our legs are straight, and you just let the blood flow down in this slight inversion. You could stay here in this waterfall pose, or you can keep pressing up and keep your triceps parallel to each other on the mat and push up slowly into your shoulder stand, resting your hands on your hips and your elbows are pushing into the mat. You can even, if you are stable, you can just press your hands into each other and keep your hands off. Or for a straighter shoulder stand, come back to your hips. Okay, take 3 to 5 breaths here, possibly even more. You can take another inversion if it suits you. You can play around in this one and making shapes. I always like to make leg shapes when I'm in inversions because it's fun. I also always come into plow afterward. If you want to and can, you can bring your toes behind your head for this counter pose and bring your hands behind your back, clasping and pushing into the ground as your feet are behind over your head. Make sure your neck is straight and you're not moving your head at all from side to side here. Do not move your head. It should be straight and level. You should be able to feel the top of your back onto the mat. Your hands and arms are on the mat and your tips of your toes are on the mat. Breathing here. You can also bring your knees to your ears for deaf man's pose if you are into that pose. I can't really talk and do that, so I won't really go there today, but inhale, exhale, come back exactly the way you came, coming back into shoulder stand and lowering down segmentally, upper, middle, and lower back to the mat. Rolling around on your mat one more time with your knees. Go for your second happy baby of the day, or maybe third or fourth, depending on if you did core today. Bring your hands to your feet on the inside or outside edges of your feet, keeping your knees apart. Press into your entire back. Your entire vertebrae should be connecting into the ground, growing roots there. Feeling your knees come closer to your rib cage as you're pulling in, opening up your hips. You can roll from side to side, then straighten one leg and then the other, whatever is comfortable for you. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Cross your left leg over your right like you're sitting in a chair, and bring your knees to your right, both of them, so that you're in a spinal twist here even deeper. Your gaze can be up or to the left side as your knees are to the right, and your hands can be cactus arms or they can be in a T. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale your knees back to center. Uncross your legs and bring your right knee over your left knee like you're sitting in a chair, and bring both your knees to the left side as you gaze to the right, keeping your shoulder blades pinned into the mat, into the ground. Your gaze can be up or to the right as your knees are to the left. Take 3 breaths. Inhale your knees back to center. Uncross your legs. Hug your knees and curl into a ball. Let all of your air go. Inhale one more time. Exhale, Shavasana, mountain pose. Stay here for a little bit, imagining everything being a plant of some sort. So every thought, every imagination is some kind of flower or plant in your garden. Imagining that you yourself are a tree, a deep-rooted tree, where the roots are growing deeper. Each part of you is growing roots down into the ground, right where you are, into the earth, so deep that you cannot be shaken. Your roots grow even deeper into the ground. You're even more firmly rooted, that when wind comes, that when rain comes, you are still strong. Feel each part of you, your elbows, your shoulders, your tailbone, the backs of your legs, your head, every part sinking deeper, growing deeper roots into the ground. As your roots grow deeper and the sun begins to come back up, you begin to flourish on the outside, on the parts that are above ground, bearing fruit for all to see, providing for those around you, supporting the rest of the world around you. Remind yourself of those 3 things that you are grateful for, knowing that those things are part of your garden, that you are made to grow and to flourish, even in hard times. Take 3 more breaths here. Start to wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Maybe bringing your feet to the mat, bringing your knees in, rolling onto your favorite side into fetal position, giving thanks again, feeling at peace, feeling grounded where you are right now. Inhale, come back up onto your mat, cross-legged pose, easy seat. Bring your hands to your heart center and close your eyes. Breathe in peace and gratitude. Exhale out your mouth. Let go of all control and anxiety. Inhale, peace and gratitude. Exhale any fear. Inhale for those around you. Exhale isolation. normal rate here. Thanking yourself for taking this time, for being a strong tree among the garden that others can turn to for peace. Being the one that reminds others what they are grateful for as you remind yourself what you are grateful for. The light in me sees all of you out there, sees all of the community, and I thank and I see that light in each of you as you can continue to connect with yourself and with those around you in this time. Much light and love to each of you. I say thank you and namaste. Bye. Thanks for joining.